How much to get my believing out inside, right? Yeah, but you know, this is, you know, believing in God is endless, right? You know, the Baal Shem Tov was on the level that he could put a handkerchief on the river and go over to the other side. And you know why I can't do it? Because I'm so conditioned that when I put my foot in the water, I drown. But the Baal Shem Tov was clear, only drown if God wants me to drown. If God wants me to get to the other side, I go to the other side, right? We, you know, all the tzaddikim who performed all the greatest miracles was not a trick, was clear to them. Remember, the Gemara says, you think only, okay, I'll tell you a good story. You know, the Heilige Ropshitzer had like a gabber, you know, like his little servant. He took somebody who's a little bit behind, a little bit retarded. So then he wouldn't tell people what he sees. You know, the Heilige Ropshitzer every night was up all night learning the whole thing. He didn't want anybody to know. So he took somebody who was not completely there. So after the Holy Ropshitzer left the world, the Chassidim say to this Shamus, tell us something about the Ropshitzer. He says, I don't know why you make such a big tumult. He was an ordinary person like you and me. He says, it can't be. Didn't you ever see anything ordinary? He begins laughing. I remember one crazy thing. He says, one time we went to the mikveh, and I was supposed to have a candle. There was no electric light, and the Rebbe was in the mikveh. Suddenly I say, Rebbe, the candle comes to an end. So the Ropshitzer says, you know, take a piece of ice and put some fire on top of it. You see, I told you something crazy, I remember, right? I mean, can you imagine? The Ropshitzer. No.
An icicle.
Candle.
No, it said the candle went out. They just take ice, and on top is a little bit sticking out, put some fire on top and it'll burn, right? Whatever it is. Basically, you see, I told you a crazy thing I remember. How did he do that? It was clear to him, where does it say in the Torah ice can burn, right? If God wants it, anything in the world, right? You know what it is like also between people, you know? We are putting limits on everyone, right? Limits all the time, right? Imagine we would be big enough not to put limits on people, you know? Where people would be. Right? You know, the world hasn't so advanced so much yet, but you know, imagine one day that somebody will be on the level, you know, like you're always telling our children, this you can do, this you can't do. For this you're talented, for this you're not.